What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back with episode 13 of Mod Review. Today we're going to be covering an awesome mod called the Instant Action Overhaul, and this mod is absolutely awesome for the longevity of the game, as well as those who maybe just don't have strong enough internet to play online, or really just anyone who wants to keep playing Battlefront 2 for years to come without having to rely on finding full lobbies. This mod was uploaded by Mophead over on the Nexus mod site, and as always I'll leave a link down below for those who are interested in checking it out. Mophead has done some fantastic work in the past on the Nexus site, and this one is no exception. Now, as always in these mod reviews, I'm going to be going through 5 different sections, with those being detail, functionality, additional mods if there are any, then I'll give my score for the review as a whole, and then lastly, if it is applicable, I'll touch on any improvements or additions that would be great to see as well. But anyway guys, with that out of the way, let's get stuck right into this review. When it comes to the detail of this mod, it actually has so much more to it than I initially expected when I first heard about it. I'll pop up on screen what it actually has on the site itself in terms of the details and the description, and obviously that is far too small for you guys to read, but the reason I'm showing this is because all of those lines of text are additions or changes to the game that this mod is actually making, so I'm sure you can imagine the amount of depth that this mod involves. To quickly summarize what the mod actually does, and this really doesn't do it justice, but I will give it my best crack, it pretty much just takes everything you can experience in the multiplayer modes of Battlefront 2, if not more, and then adds those into the instant action aspect of the game, allowing you to play pretty much any mode that you want except against bots rather than actual players. Now, it unfortunately doesn't allow for Galactic Assault, but I will touch on that more a little bit later on. But what it does add is Heroes vs Villains, Blast, and even Extraction into the offline modes, meaning you can play any of those modes, which is what you guys are seeing in the background, against bots rather than actual players. Those 3 modes combined with already having the missions, and then obviously regular instant action is essentially Supremacy. That means that there are now like 5 or 6 different modes to play, all of which allow each map, trooper, reinforcement, or hero to be played as well, giving you freedom to play however you want. And as you can see by the menus here, there are so many different options for you to choose from, allowing you to essentially customize each and every mode, even more so than the actual online versions. For example, and my PC isn't quite good enough for this, so I don't have any footage, but you can actually do 32 versus 32 Heroes vs Villains, which I'm sure you can imagine would be absolute chaos, or you can just do 1v1 Heroes vs Villains, and then you can even choose which era the heroes are from, whether it's sabers only or blasters only, and then you can actually add or remove the droids. It genuinely gives complete customization over the mode. That level of customization is there for all of the available modes too, so it's not just that way for HVV or anything like that. And so not only does it give you the ability to play these modes normally in an offline setting, meaning there's no lag or no one being toxic or whatever the case may be, but it also gives you the ability to completely change those modes as well, which is a really awesome addition. You can even see here that I'm playing Extraction on Kessel, yet I'm actually playing as Vader and just demolishing the other team, which obviously you can't do that in regular multiplayer. It is just troopers only. So as I'm sure you can tell, I've had a lot of fun with this mod, and I think it is definitely one of the deepest and most advanced mods that I've seen so far, just simply due to how much you can actually change the game. When it comes to the functionality, as in how well the mod works, whether there are any issues or anything like that, I did not find a single issue with the mod in terms of like bugs or areas of the mod not working or anything like that. It all played exactly as I wanted it to, and although I'm sure there probably would be some bugs that show themselves the more you play it, there weren't any at all in my 2 or so hours of playtime with it, so it functioned exactly as intended. Now, as far as additional mods go, to my knowledge, there aren't really any mods outside of just the regular mods that you can use that will add to this specific mod in general, and so it is finally time to give this mod a score. The depth and detail of this mod, like I mentioned at the start of the video, is absolutely insane in terms of the amount of stuff you can actually change and do with the mod, and I think that on the surface it's a really fun mod that allows for some different ways to play, but going even deeper than that, this mod genuinely could allow us to play this game for years to come, simply because it essentially emulates an online experience, allowing us to play those online modes in an offline setting. With support for the game being ended roughly 18 months ago now, and with the whole, new generation of consoles and all that kind of thing, Battlefront 2 is obviously not quite as, I guess you would say, alive as it used to be, meaning that in many places it is super hard to find a game, especially on PC. And so this mod, despite just also being a fun little change up, it does really allow a lot of players to continue to play the game for years to come. I'm giving the Instant Action Overhaul mod uploaded by Mophead an overall score of 4.4 out of 5. The detail and the functionality overall were really great, and like I said, it is actually more than just a mod in the fact that it can allow people to play for as many years as they'd like. There is obviously so much subjectivity involved in scoring these mods, so let me know down in the comments what you guys would rate the mod overall. Obviously it is a little bit harder without having played it yourself, but from what you've seen in the video, let me know down in the comments what you would give this mod out of 5. Now lastly, moving on to just some quick improvements that I'd love to see, and the only improvement I can really think of honestly would be to somehow implement an offline Galactic Assault element into the mod itself. Galactic Assault really is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for a lot of people, and to be able to essentially emulate that in an offline setting without having to worry about finding servers or worrying about that toxic Palpatine player would be awesome to see. Whether that's even remotely realistic, I have absolutely no idea, as I'd imagine that is a very, very hard thing to manage. So it's more of a wish list item than an actual improvement, but I thought I would throw that in there anyway. Let me know down in the comments what else you guys can think of when it comes to some possible changes or additions. I'm definitely keen to hear what you guys have to say, as I know there's probably plenty of awesome ideas that I didn't think of. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. As always, a massive thank you to my channel members and my patrons for the continued support. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel as well, then be sure to check out the Patreon page that is linked down in the description. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Crush them! Make them suffer!